Hi, and welcome back to Stasis, where we now explore more. But first, we are going to vaporize the stuff. There's a report here. The vaporizer, the perfect Mark V model of the Kane Operations Trend State Modifier. Using advanced and unique molecularization technology, the vaporizer has the ability to shift a targeted substance between gas, liquid and solid states, without any of the structural breakdowns seen in objects shifted between states on a regular basis. The Mark V is the latest model, but it hasn't yet been rolled into mass production because of the current difficulty fueling the vaporizer with resources on board the Groomlake. Recent experiments undertaken were more than satisfactory, and it passed the Kane safety and security test with no adverse effects causing harm to the user observed. It has been graded level 4 because of the specific nature of its technology and the limited quantity of existing vaporizers. During an experiment recently carried out on the royal jelly produced by hydroponics, Dr. Gray and other observers commented on the remarkable speed at which the jelly was transformed into gas, thus replicating their insect population. So this was the hint that we can use the milk here. And we got vaporized queen pheromone. Oh, I know where we can use that. Let's have a second look if we can find Akiza's body lying here, because we still need her flare. Okay. I don't want to get them to go to me. There, perhaps?
I hate bugs.
And they all went into the fast spinning fan that I already remarked upon when first entering here. Okay. A soft mechanical inhalation sound is audible here, where the tank collects oxygen produced by the room abundance plant life. What am I doing? I'm putting oxygen out here.
Oxygen levels increasing to dangerous levels. Oxygen levels pose a fire hazard. CSEC has been notified.
So no hazardous oxygen levels. Am I going to burn this place down?
It's beautiful.
The oxygen garden's my favourite part of any ship. Green, full, natural.
I saw someone walking down here. Huh? A body engulfed in vines. The vines surrounding this body so completely that you're surprised when you notice it still draws breath. Unconscious, the soul must have been resting here for a while, unless the vines grew incredibly quickly. So someone is alive here, but let's look around first. Bridge of observation platform. Draken is here. And there's another doorway. Big overgrow vines. That doorway leads to nothing. Every so often the overflow from this collection pool spills onto the human form below, anointing its face with water. Marcos is inside there. And more spins. And there's moisture dripping down the walls, as there often is in enclosed quarters with plants inside. Didn't it say that it still breathes? We have an emergency flare, so that's Akiza. Okay. And what do we do with the flare? I use it to blow this place up. That's not a good idea. Let's save. And try it. No, he doesn't want to kill himself. Okay. You sure?
I don't know what I was thinking there. I don't think this will fit. This isn't gonna work. No, that won't work.
Okay, you don't want to kill yourself. I got it. What else? What else have we got? Nothing too special. There's no other place here. Where do we... Seedlings. Uh-huh. Let's go around. Let's see. Did we miss something in here? That's the only thing I can think of now. Did we miss somebody in here?
These don't go well together.
Okay. What's the milk collection tanks? Nope. Did we miss something in that room? Okay. I don't think so. Elevator doesn't do something. Did we... I think we missed another pathway. Maybe down here. No. We haven't gone up there, so maybe... Oh, we can't. We can't climb the bridge, okay. Can we go to the observation? Ah, we can't go to there, that's above us, okay. Oh, that's where I saw someone moving around. Oh, it goes further. Frank Flurry the bartender tried to go through that door. Okay. Next room. Another observation bridge. More fans. There's a PDA lying there. A few corpses. Ingo Godao. Grayson Wendell. That's Eleanor Way. She's alive. She's encrusted with fungus and vines and a human nerve center for the twisting growth around her. Appalling, she is still alive. Okay, that's like the Game of Thrones tree guy, Bloodraven. AG has left scum over the surface of the water of the stagnant pool. And this... okay, we can't go further, so let's go for the PDA first. I don't mind if I read your PDA. Dr. Wei, your comments are most flattering. I suspect, however, that a promotion isn't forthcoming because of the... This is Dr. Wei, isn't it? Eleanor F. Wei. Okay. Your comments are most flattering. I suspect, however, that a promotion isn't forthcoming because of the lack of attention paid to our section. Ignorance is frustrating. Our lack of understanding of what takes place at the top of this food chain is of great irritation to me. You do seem to be pushing relentlessly for information about this cargo, though, and I'm somewhat uncomfortably discussing it any further. I fear I may have already said too much. For the sake of your career, my dear, I'd suggest discontinuing your pursuit. You are fine geneticists and are clearly one of the most talented people on this ship. Don't let it go to waste. Dr. Wei, I know you're a spiritual woman and at times receive a great deal of criticism for this, but I feel I can speak to nobody else. I'm well known for my positivity and cheerfulness, and I believe I've earned my nickname Dr. Gray's Smile. I'm haunted by what I'm hearing on this ship and wonder if perhaps it's merely induced by my own fears. Oh, to hell with it. I'll ask you straight out. Do you believe in ghosts? You may think I'm being ridiculous or delusional, but I can hear things shivering, crying deep in the bowels of the ship. I work many late nights, and I'm convinced that I can hear crying through the vents. Where are these sounds coming from? I did hear rumors that before the Groomlake was refitted, a group of children were brought on board and their quarters were on this deck. There was a malfunction with the heating units and well, they all died. I don't want to seem like I'm wasting your time, but I enjoyed our talk yesterday and your open-mindedness about matters of the soul. The Lord is gracious and merciful, slow to anger and great in loving kindness. The Lord is good to all. I simply wish his kindness had extended to Chelsea. The galley chef told me that a few of the other crew members are uncomfortable with having an ARG patient on staff. I asked if her work was in any way below standard, at which point he grew uncomfortable and admitted exactly as I thought. No, she was a superb worker, but his team were uncomfortable with her anyway. So they're pricks. I don't know what ARG is. Being a geneticist and a Christian may appear contradictory to most, but that is their burden, not mine. I believe in grace and mercy. It wasn't Chelsea's fault. She was born an ARG baby, so her baby was somehow wrong in quotation marks, but and that's why they don't like her, because she had an ill baby, I think. I have no idea what ARG is exactly, but it's somehow related to babies. James, my ex-husband, blamed me. James wanted her terminated, and when I refused, he packed up and left. That suits me. I'd rather be without an unloving husband and father than without my beautiful child. And she is beautiful, a gift from God, and for a ship full of people, the most supposedly forward-thinking people in the galaxy, their aversion to her condition repulses me. Tolerance and patience are virtues greatly appraised by the Lord, but aboard the Groomlake I find stores of both these virtues sorely tested. I discovered through one of my subordinates that a new shipment arrived on board a few days ago destined for Project Seed. My disapproval of the dangers of Seed are no secrets, considering the size of the shipment and a clear attempt to cut me out of the loop regarding the delivery. I suspect some of my colleagues are trying to mask the precise nature of what it is that has arrived. If it is as I suspect, there will be no, and I mean no, lengths I will not go in order to depose Dr. Mellon. Kane Corporation is a company for the promotion of the sciences, not for the sinister schemes and unprincipled ambitions of the individuals. I have moral issues with Kane and their weapons research. It tests my faith, but Kane's medical breakthroughs have changed the world. And my world too. It's because of Kane who created Search that Chelsea is even alive. That is why I do what I must do. What I do. I work in genetics to find cures for my dearest Chelsea and others like her. Not for money, it's my job to put things right for her. I had lunch with Dr. Gray this afternoon. He is an odious little man and utterly misanthropic, but if you need somebody to talk about Project Seed, then there are few people who give up information more easily. His ego easily outweighs his sense of confidentiality. Project leaders and project members are not allowed to discuss details of individual projects, but he can't resist himself. Nevertheless, he revealed disturbing details. I'm aware of our sample origins. We need human genetic material in order to develop cures for human beings. It's a hard truth. But there's paperwork, permissions, forms and contracts that create this supply. That shipment has none of those things. So those were illegally taken humans. They're children. Oh God, in all your great mercy, how could you let Melon, that unholy monster, do this? It's taken months. But finally I found a young cargo worker named Danica Boxer. She was referred to me by Dr. Tenchu, such a sweet girl. It seems the cargo was a combination of adults and children, all of whom were acquired through illegal channels for use in genetic research. I did not agree to this. I'll leave this place and take Chelsea with me before I spend 1 minute more working for a company that endorses the use of children in research. There are not enough words to describe the soulless creatures that did this. Revenge? I don't believe in revenge. Beloved, never avenge yourself, but leave it to the wrath of gods, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, says the Lord. Where is she? The creatures are attacking in full force. The screams are over the radio. They are dying. They're all dying. I hear them scuttle through the vents, see the blood they spill and spray over the walls. Chelsea, Chelsea, oh God, please bring her to me. I'm trapped in hydroponics. Please let my little girl find me. That was months later and she was still on the ship. I can see Chelsea inches from me, lifeless. I contemplated taking my own life as she died just before my eyes, when those creatures attacked the crew sealed off part of the ship and I was left trapped in hydroponics. That fungus got me and now it's inside, profaning my body. It nerves wraps around my cerebral cortex. I can feel it move. I try to move my arms, but it won't let me. It's making me watch the fungus consume my baby girl. I must watch and pray for the end to come, so then it does not depend on the man who wills or the man who runs, but on the God who has mercy. Let's see if we can find traces of... we can't see Chelsea here. Okay, let's talk to Eleanor.
I could get you out. I could cut you free.
That's empty. Emergency flare?
I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you end this. But you need to help me first. I don't need you to leave. I need you to crack this flare. The oxygen will ignite. Then you will die.
Why didn't you tell her to wait 2 minutes?
Extreme external temperatures detected. Plug suit has regulated body temperature to benchmark level.
The fire systems just went haywire over here, John. What did you do?
I cleared the vines.
With a flamethrower?
Something like that.
Fire in Oxygen Gardens 1, 3, 5, 6, 9. Fire in Oxygen Gardens 2, 7, 8. Fire suppression system activated. Warning. Fire suppression system compromised. Warning.
Shit. Oxygen production has been compromised. Are the biomes still intact? Oh, God, please don't say burn them out.
Just the one on this level.
It's caused a chain reaction, John. They're all going up. We have a time limit now. Hours at most.
To get my daughter right now.
Okay. It died down. Okay, we can take the elevator to the next floor. I think Garden 4 was not named.
You little shit! What have you done?
Listen to me.
Fire cleanses. Mr. Maracheck, I'm gonna make sure you burn for what you and your friends have done to me. To my own!
Oh,
I
he's
have
the
nothing to do
avatar
with
of the
this.
new life forms, I think.
Get much further. Goodbye.
I think he is one of the plant people.
Where is she, Tia? Where is Rebecca?
She's in a containment area at the other end of Seed.
Okay. We're glad this area seems to have been undergoing a renovation. There's a power pad. There's a toolbox.
Looks like this place is being expanded.
Seed was always expanding. That place scares me.
Thanks.
Oh, sorry.
High temperature slug gun. Is that a real word that you use? I never heard of slug gun. But from the high temperature one there, thought they were supposed to be called glue guns? Maybe it's something like that. That closed power cell housing. Okay. We could try to open that up, and then we have a door to the left. That's not a door. Everything has a protective coating. Okay. We open that. No, we can't. Interesting. This was one of the artworks of the game that I saw. Okay, so we have to find like a key in a omega shape. Okay. And let's go down here. Only one way to go.
Warning. Halothane hepatotoxicity is at an elevated level.
There's a robot. What? Something is at an elevated level.
Where is she, Tia? Where is Rebecca?
She's in a containment area at the other end of Seed.
So we need something from this room. The music is going haywire now. Why is it so loud?
That place scares me.
Thanks.
Sorry.
The music is too loud. What are you doing, game? That's too loud. You can't do that. Okay, let's see if we have something to work with here. It killed me right when I came out. I'm going to save now. And I have to go to the toilet now. Okay, I've moved around the room to try to find something. Maybe combining items does something. No, okay. So I assume we just got the wrong moment. Are we on the timer here?
Halothane hepatotoxicity is at an elevated level.
Okay, he's trying to go for me. Okay, we can access two of these things. Stainless steel thing stands out of the successive levels of trail. No.
The words. I can't even.
What do you see?
What kind of a monster would do this? These women, these poor women. This is torture. This is.
Science.
Oh my god. The birthing laboratory it was called, I think. This Disconnecting these poor women from the machines and wheeling them away on this gurney would be an easy choice if it weren't for the fact that such an act would surely kill them. A bloated fetus. This poor creature should not exist, and what life it shows is reluctant and painful. There's a portable defibrillator. Shock is good against robots.
It's fully charged.
It's fully charged. Great. Okay. An organic pulsating food sac holds the fetus in an external placenta. There is something noticeably peculiar about this artificial placenta. On closer inspection, there are tiny ragged apertures across its surface, almost if it's been eaten from within. Calmness about the suspended womb, but the pungent smell of amniotic fluids make prolonged observation unbearable. The sac of organic matter sways peacefully in its slumber, punctuated by this pulsating movement from within. The fluid sac rocks gently to and fro, containing neither a human nor animal, but a medical marvel nonetheless. The awful engorged placenta hangs like a ripe fruit. The horror of this enlarged fetus sac is matched only by the horror within its fleshly walls. And sorry, it's fetus, not fetus. Sorry. Another portable gurney. Transport the sick and injured easily, but to where? And there are 3 pregnant women here. Seated in the chairs, a woman in her mid-30s, head shaved, limbs atrophied, terminusant in pregnancy. She's connected to a machine that feeds and sedates her.
These women must have families and lives.
You can't do anything for them now. Soon this ship will run out of oxygen. They won't be in pain for much longer.
And a second in this place is more torture than anyone should bear.
She's trying to communicate, but her words are little more than slurred vowels. Her throat is dry and she's clearly extremely weak. She's alive.
I'm here to help. I'm gonna help you. Just close your eyes.
Okay, that's bandages. Ugh. You remember seeing Renaissance era sculptures of nuns in Holy Communion, their eyes rolled back, bodies contorted in ecstatic agony. There's a hint of that expression across this unconscious woman's face.
Just breathe in and out. Soon you wake up from this.
Wow, what assholes. Computer terminal. Project Seed Revised version 6. Updated by Dr. G. Mellon. For the eyes of the Kane Board of Directors only, Seed is an attempt to create the ultimate super soldier by, in simple terms, activating junk strands of human DNA. Over the years, the human genome has shed or made dormant certain strands of its own DNA sequence for various evolutionary reasons. Professor Salam Garant observed that certain dormant parts of these genes were not so much junk as they were potential, that is, genetic information contained and completely supplemented by a dominant gene. Professor Garant engineered an early life form based on this original theory by introducing these identified genetic strands in the early stages of embryo formation. The initial concept was intriguing, but his ultimate result was an group of uncontrollable animalistic creatures. Version 6 of this proposal is to update these same dormant genes into the human makeup by use of genetic splicing, thereby introducing desirable physical and mental characteristics over a generation to reduce fast-learning, hard-to-kill and utterly ruthless soldiers. Vital signs are steady, certain hormonal levels are extremely high, but I'm encountering this with a judicious amount of depressants in each case. Survival chance is very high, she's young, healthy, and there are no signs of any infection or complications capable of disrupting the birth. Recommendations: keep under observation, prepare for phase 1 treatment. Wait a moment. This is Project Seed. This one 17-year-old girl wanted to volunteer for that, and she was thinking about getting herself pregnant with some prick just to have an ability to be considered for this. because they only take women that have already birthed a child, because they don't want to have women here that are infertile. Wow. The subject, despite her promising early progress, appears to be failing. Supposition is that she cannot withstand the foreign genetic structure that is being fused into her body. Typical signs of rejection are being displayed. Observe for an additional 24 hours. If there are no sign of improvement, then termination and disposal of the patient is recommended. This is weird, because as a mother and her child don't share the same genes, it would be normal for a child to be rejected, but there is like this border between the mother's blood and the child's blood, where no stuff goes through from the child to the mother that has the genetical mark of the child. Only oxygen and nutrients are exchanged there, and that does work in a way that you don't get an allergy against your own child. And the second thing is that I think I heard that the child, or the placenta, or what remains of the egg, they put a chemical out that suppresses your immune system. It's somewhat alike to the medical we use to have someone not reject an artificial limb or an implanted lung or heart. So that this doesn't work with that says that the foreign genetic structure isn't human at all anymore. So it does some weird stuff during the pregnancy. The subject is progressing well as being aesthetically attractive. She has all of the other genetic traits required. Initial concerns about her suitability, voiced by Dr. Mellon chiefly due to the number of her sexual partners, have been proven unfounded. She will be a perfect carrier. The hybrid DNA is fusing to my satisfaction. Apart from a small amount of pain, her body appears to be coping with the adjustments. I've prescribed her a steady dose of anesthetic to keep her subdued and comfortable. Since delivery, hybrid subject 302 has been kept inside an incubator. Due to its respiratory distress, assisted breathing is required. Cardiac arrest has occurred and the use of automated external defibrillator has been required to revive the child. I deduce that the condition's sickliness are due to the late molecular bonding between hybrid and host DNA in the mother. A weak nervous system is also highly likely in this case, but the subject's regenerative abilities can be stimulated with steroids. Conclusion: the child is weak but will survive. The mother is suitable for continued breeding. That's this subject. That's reluctant, painful, has a reluctant, painful look and is still alive. And there were the defibrillators nearby. So let's go defibrillate a robot in the next episode. See you then.